This is Kevin Medin with Outside the Games. Thank you so much for joining our show. We welcome you all. We have a special student athlete guest with us on our show. His name is Tyler Ward. He is a student athlete, class of 2021, who is currently going to be attending Calabasas High School in California. He came out of Aspen, Colorado, 3 years there at Aspen High School, and he'll be finishing up his senior year at Calabasas with a GPA of 3.3. And so we welcome Tyler Ward. Tyler Ward, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Oh, awesome. It's a pleasure to have you. Well, hey, as we're, part of our show here, Tyler, we get into a little bit about when we start here as far as family. And we believe family is a big piece to what makes the student athlete as far as how they function, how they're able to participate in school, in sports and things of that sort. Tell me how you would define family and why.
I mean, I would probably consider my family like the most important thing in my life. I mean, they've supported me through and through, no matter kind of how low my football endeavors have gotten, but they've always been there for me. So I would definitely think that they're one of, if not the most important thing to me.
Oh, that's good to hear. And we start out with mom. Mom is an important piece to your life in a sense of providing that guidance, providing that extra moral support and encouragement. Tell me what your mom means to you and how important it is that you have her in your life to make you the best student athlete possible.
Yeah, my mom she's definitely played a big role in my life. She's always kind of been my support and my rock. So no matter what, she's always kind of given me love and kind of brought me up and whatever. And then she's also been definitely a big motivating factor for me, whether that's in school or in sports. So without her, I really don't know where I would be, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they play a big part. And I think the thing is too, is there's always an extension of family. Tell me, go into Tyler a little bit, who are your mentors and why? There's always these extensions with outside of family. You can consider them family, but they provide some of that extra support for you. Tell me who that would be.
I've had a couple of coaches back in Colorado that I think have been just really played a big role in my life. And one of those I would consider my lacrosse coach. His name's Tommy Cox, and he's definitely been someone who's really supported me since I've met him when I was in 8th grade. He's always been someone who's really supported me, and no matter, if I do something stupid in lacrosse or do something stupid outside of lacrosse, he's always been the first person to be like, you're all right, just don't do it again.
Yeah, no, that's true. Let's get in a little bit about the fact that, okay, what was Aspen, Colorado like? Just give me, when I think of Aspen, Tyler, I think of skiing, going down the hill, skiing, going to the mountains. Tell me a little bit about what Aspen, Colorado is like, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a little bit of a bougie ski town, but I always kind of felt like, for me, I was always into football. So I kind of, people are going to hate me for this, but I gave up skiing when I was in like 8th grade. I think I haven't skied since, just because of, I've just been so into football. But, it's been an awesome place to grow up. I mean, you can't, when you wake up and you see the mountains and everything, it's kind of hard to complain about where you're living. So it's been cool. I've liked it up there.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Now you're making the transition over to, hey, going from Colorado, bougie ski town, as you put it, now to California, big state, a lot of schools, high potent offensive type schools, good defenses. CIF, is a big school organization and athletics association. Tell me what it means to be at Calabasas, what that is for you.
I just think that for me, this is just an incredible opportunity. I mean, Calabasas over the last couple of years, has definitely become one of the better programs in SoCal. So for the chance for me to be able to play quarterback here is definitely like, it's a big deal for me, I guess. And then being down here, there's just so much talent in LA. So to get a chance to play against these guys and get the experience and then also the exposure, I think it's a really good opportunity.
What take me through, Tyler, what transferring, what that process is like in a sense. You don't have to go into too much detail, but to you as a student athlete, what does that process feel like when you transfer from, you've been to Aspen for 3 years and now you're going somewhere your senior year? I mean, that's kind of rolling the dice a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So kind of the first deal of business I had to get over with after I ended up transferring was, telling my coaches and telling my friends and stuff. So those were definitely some tough phone calls, but I think everyone was really supportive, and so that was definitely really reassuring and nice that those people were supportive. And then coming out here, yeah, I mean, you don't really have a guaranteed spot or anything, so you kind of got to bet on yourself a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the thing is that a lot of times when there's a transfer, and I've talked to coaches in college programs, they've transferred. One coach we had just not too long ago, he transferred from Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC over to Jacksonville State. I mean, so he made that transfer, but sometimes the transfer works, sometimes it doesn't. But in all aspects, it's all about your mindset. And so, what kind of mindset are you bringing to Calabasas? As far as being the kind of the new guy on the block and really trying to get to know your teammates. Tell me of that experience there.
Yeah, so I've had a chance to meet. I think it's been the whole team, unless some kids have kind of missed conditioning or whatever. But it's a great group of guys, and there's a lot of great athletes. Like I was pretty surprised by some of the speed some of these kids have on them. That was definitely it's gonna be nice for us. But so yeah, it's been a really good opportunity to meet everyone, and then kind of what I'm bringing to Calabasas. I would say I kind of talked about this with my parents, but something that I've always, or that it's a good way. You can't really like come into a new team and just like back in Colorado, I was kind of like the football team that was like my team. Like those kids all I don't want to say like ran, but you kind of know what I mean, I guess. But so here, like coming in, I'm the new guy. I have to impress people with my work ethic. That's kind of, so I've just, any chance I get to, do anything extra, work as hard as I can. I'm trying to do that just so I can, get in the loop with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, because there's something to be said about there's a couple things. There's a couple dynamics with ever transferring, and how I know is because I've transferred. I transferred once, 2 years, one school, 2 years to finish out in high school. But when you transfer, not only do you got to make friends, you got to tell them, who's Tyler Ward. You have people to get to know you, and it's kind of like this, because everybody in Calabasas is kind of, they've grown up with each other a little bit. So now you have this person coming in they don't know too much about. You kind of have to put yourself in the best spot possible of representing yourself the right way, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So as the person, and so the dynamic would be getting to know your friends, getting to know people and the student body. But then there's your teammates, and then there's coaches that kind of have to know who you are. What are they working with? Is there a difficulty in that when the coaches from Aspen, Colorado knew who you were? Now you're at Calabasas and they're still trying to learn who Tyler Ward is, or do they kind of know a little bit what they got?
I mean, yeah, I definitely still got a lot of a relationship to still build with the coaches here. But I think so far I've been out here for, I think it's been about 2 weeks now. So I've had the chance to, build a good relationship with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. So I think it's been good.
Tell me this. So you're going to California now. We know what Aspen does, what Aspen has as far as skiing and bougie and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But this is California, my friend. What have you done within the 2 weeks you've been here?
I really haven't had the chance to, really do a lot of stuff. And I think some of that's just been because of the coronavirus and everything being shut down a little bit. But I've been to the beach, I think twice. So that's you don't got those in Colorado or anything. And then I've been working out a lot actually. So I've been working out down at with Jeff McCann in Westlake, so I've been with him a lot, and then Joe Paris, who's I've been working out with him at the school. I guess he's like a celebrity trainer or something. I was a little confused by that, but yeah, so it's been good. They've been getting me right.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Let's go to the academics though. With a 3.3 GPA, tell me how do you have to be as a student to be successful? I mean, you were in Aspen 3 years, but now you're at Calabasas, known as a good school academically. What things do you have to do to kind of maintain that? And we don't know if GPA is going to be factored in with COVID, but at least we can say, with academics, if it's online, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to be a good student? So that way you can play on the field. Let's be clear.
I think the most important thing is just learning how to kind of balance your time and stuff, because you're gonna spend a lot of time at football practice, and football takes a lot of time out of your day, so you're gonna spend a lot of time there. But at the end of the day, you also have to find time for your schoolwork and stuff. So if you can do that, you'll most likely 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to be strong in school.
About your teachers, how important do teachers play in your life when it comes academically? What kind of things do the teachers have to possess in order for you to be a successful student, Tyler?
I've had a few teachers where I felt like I've had a really strong relationship with, and I mean, I think one of those things is just being like transparent with the students, and then also like I've had a teacher who my English teacher actually last year, she came in last year, and we became pretty close pretty quickly, but I think she was definitely one of the first teachers who I think like really pushed me to put everything I had into every assignment. And so I think that's another really important thing about a teacher. So getting the most out of every student.
Yes, very much so. And for you, Tyler, there's some ownership on your part to have the teacher be successful in the classroom, because they have to teach. They have a curriculum. What do you have to do to make the teacher a better teacher? I mean, what things do you have to possess as a student?
Well, for starters, you got to pay attention as much as you can, and I know that's definitely challenging for everyone. Honestly, it's not the easiest thing to do, but if you can, not talk to your friends as much as you would, or just kind of keep your behavior in check, I think that really makes a teacher's lives easier. And then getting work in on time, I know they hate that, but sometimes they got to be understanding too. But definitely on us.
How is Tyler in a testing situation academically? Are you good at tests? Is that something you do well at?
I don't really think I'm necessarily like a bad standardized tester or a good standardized tester. I really just think it comes down to like, did you study? Did you prepare? Because if you did, I think you're really, no matter what it is, I think you're going to be successful at it. But if you just kind of you wing it, you don't really, you take 5 minutes to study a test, you're obviously going to not do too well on
it. And really, if you think about it, that it transitions over into football.
Yeah,
preparing,
absolutely.
Yep, preparing, film room, all that kind of stuff, right?
Preparation is like, at least I think it's the most important thing you can do for football, for anything, honestly.
What is Tyler Ward's favorite class academically? Tell me what that is.
Class. I really enjoy history. I think that's always been something that's really interesting to me. So yeah, history.
What's your least favorite class?
Math, no doubt about it. Math or chemistry. I took chemistry last year. Oh man.
Hey, I'm with you. Math, I could get through math.
Yeah.
Chemistry was just let me be clear, at 17, at 16, 17, 18, no way. I just, it didn't make sense. I didn't get it. And you know what?
It's not fun. Chemistry is not a fun time. That's for sure.
So take me through at Calabasas. Now, right now, yeah, we are in COVID-19. We don't know what the school year is going to look like. We don't know really what practice looks like. For Calabasas, I see we've noticed some workouts being done, social distancing, masks, things being taken in consideration and precautionary when it comes to COVID. Tell me what that's been as far as trying to train and be ready, because again, when we go to a season, you'll hit the ground running.
Yeah, yeah. So we've mainly been conditioning for our practices, but so we've been kind of running through installs and stuff, but obviously we can't use a ball. So it's definitely been different. It's a little frustrating because you can't really, you're there, but you're not really, like, you're not playing football or anything. But obviously it's the precautions that need to be taken. And then we also got to check the temperatures and fill out a questionnaire before we even start practice. So I think we're taking the necessary precautions, but it's a little frustrating that, we can't really play football or anything.
You took it to another level. I didn't even think about this. The football itself. That when you're throwing football, and hey, COVID can last on surfaces. We know that medically, and what they have found out. So they've taken that measure to not even do anything with a football.
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating, but it's what needs to be done. So I'm all for it if that's what's gonna get us to play football as soon as we can.
Take me in a little bit about, you did a tour. You had to have done some type of tour of Calabasas High School when you visited, right? Tell me what the tour was like. Did it blow you away? And I know that there was this one person there because there's some hills up there where celebrities live. There's this one guy in particular named Drake that seems to kind of pop up every once in a while. Take me through what Calabasas is like.
So I did have the chance to tour the school a little bit, and I was definitely blown away by the weight room. That was pretty impressive. Our weight room back in Colorado is, I would say, I think there were probably 12, maybe probably a little more than 12 racks in the weight room there. I think there was 4 squat racks at our school back in Colorado, so I was definitely very, very impressed by what they had. And then I've heard a little bit about this guy named Drake who lives in Calabasas. I haven't had the chance to meet him yet, but I'm hoping maybe we can hang out or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that he likes to sometimes just pop in, play some hoops, or he just visits. But he has something for Calabasas. I know that that high school and let's be clear, you guys have this moniker called the Safe House.
Safe House. Yep.
Thrown by Drake. In a sense. So tell me what your coaches are meaning to you right now. Are they keeping in communication? Are you doing Zoom meetings? What does that look like right now with this COVID stuff going on?
I know before I got here, they were doing, like, I think weekly Zoom meetings, but since we've been in practice, I don't think we've really had to do any Zoom meetings. So yeah, we've just been doing everything in person, communication wise.
Well, I tell you, if you're just joining us, this is Tyler Ward, class of 2021, quarterback, taking over the keys of the Ferrari. That is the Ferrari of Calabasas high school football in California. Tell me what you're trying to get out if we have a season. If you're able to play your 2021 season, what is Tyler Ward trying to do? What do you want to accomplish for your senior year?
Yeah, so really, I think I came to one of the most, I think especially LA is a hotbed for football, and there might be only a couple places that get better than LA. I think you could really make the argument that LA is the best. So coming here, I really want to get a little bit of exposure and kind of make a name for myself a little bit. So I think I got a lot of, I just really want an opportunity to play football this year. I think if I can play football, I really think I can turn some heads and kind of get that exposure that I've really always wanted.
What kind of teammate is Tyler Ward? Break it down for me. What are your teammates? What are they looking forward to working with you?
I think I'm a team first kind of guy. not. I don't think I've ever been someone who's really been obsessed with my stats or anything. So I've kind of always been team first, and the only thing that really matters is the win. So if that requires me to throw for 500 yards or for me to throw for 5 yards, I'm really willing to do it. And I've always really considered myself a leader and a team, kind of someone on the team you could look up to. So that's definitely going to be someone who I strive to be out here too.
And let's not get it twisted. Tyler Ward is looking for those receivers. And I mean, my friend, you have some in your midst.
Yep. The receivers out here are, at least at Calabasas, I got 3 or 4 guys that no matter if they're some dudes, we can put it that way. I know they like to say this, that you can't cover all 3 of them, you can't cover all 4 of them. So, and that's absolutely true. So you try and take away one of them, there's still 3 more.
So Tyler Ward, take me in a huddle. I want to know what Tyler Ward, right under that helmet, you're looking at a defense being thrown at you. You know that you're going to probably run maybe a go route to a receiver, but you're looking at the defense. What are you looking for when you see coverages?
Yeah, so I think the first thing you look for in a defense is how many safeties they have, and that really tells you a lot. So once you can identify that, you can really identify majority of coverages. And then from there, you take your play. This is what I would do. I would take my play, and I would almost kind of try and run it through my head a little bit, or kind of see what routes that I have that would beat the coverage that I think that I've identified. And then from there, you snap it, you get the ball, and then you just kind of, you got to be quick, but you go from there really with your read.
And do you look off the corner a little bit? You kind of like, you're looking here, but you got a little spot right there to a receiver. You're selling it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to look them off a little bit for sure.
Right on. Well, hey, I tell you, it's been a pleasure to get to know Tyler Ward. Folks, check out Calabasas football this year in California. I tell you, hopefully we do have a season. Hopefully you're able to go to school and get to experience that student body as far as the classes, the teachers, what Calabasas offers academically. And you know, you're going to have it maybe in an online setting, but for whatever it offers you, we hope the best for you. But then also, too, for your team, we wish you guys the best. I'm sure outside the games will be by. We're always welcome there at Calabasas at the field. We wish you the best, Tyler. This has been Tyler Ward, class of 2021, quarterback coming from Aspen, Colorado. Has the keys. He's going to see what he can do with them at Calabasas High School. And GPA, boy, 3.3. He's working on that as well in the classroom or online, whatever they can do under COVID.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Oh, hey, we appreciate having you. Again, we look forward to the schedule, so let us know. Keep us posted, okay?
I will. Sounds good.
Okay.